This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. A resounding salute to nurses in the lower chambers Wednesday morning. A profession that is often taken for granted sees the tabling of a bill in the House of Assembly as nurses celebrate Nurses Month during May. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Dowell introduced and read for the first time the Midwives and Nurses Bill 2022, which according to the minister not only repeals the Nurses and Midwives Act of 1971, but will also expand the practice of nursing and midwifery, provide for training, regulations, registration, and licensing of registered nurses, midwives, and advanced practice nurses, as well as provide for the regulation and registration of the licensing of nursing agencies as well.
It's a combination of hard work that supersedes many various administrations and will take the practice of nursing and midwifery to the next level in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. The bill has been circulated extensively to the various different agencies. I'm excited about this, and I'm glad to be the minister who have the opportunity to lay this piece of legislation and look forward for the support of my colleagues in this chamber and in the other place. My colleagues are excited about where we're heading with this. And finally, we are at the point where we can do more for our nurses and give opportunities for further postgraduate training and the advancement of the career within the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and by extension to the rest of the world.
According to Dr. Dowell, once the bill is enacted, it will catapult the practice of nursing from where we are today into the 21st century. Dr. Dowell also lauded the country's healthcare professionals, noting that they play a critical role in the delivery of healthcare services in the country, speaking specifically of emergency medical technicians who were in the gallery at the House of Assembly.
On behalf of our Prime Minister, myself, please stand. We would like to salute you for the great work that you're doing in the country. Thank you so much. The team led by Dr. Albrihana, they're doing an excellent job. And I said before I was in Grand Bahama and had to utilize the service with the transport of a loved one. The service has just evolved into something extremely special.
According to the minister, EMS technicians are the individuals in medical emergencies who are responsible for the care of loved ones who utilize the services. They are the ones on the other end of that 911 call, handling in excess of 25,700 life-saving calls per year. As was previously stated by the health minister, Emergency Medical Service is celebrating National Emergency Medical Services Week 2022. And with that, the Public Hospitals Authority, along with EMS professionals, visited 3 elementary schools on Tuesday, including Willard Padden Preschool, Temple Christian Primary School, and Genesis Academy, giving students a first-hand experience of being a first responder.
Glad they're here because I know as a child I saw the ambulance passing, and it was not till I got in one that I realized how much work is involved in caring for a sick while the ambulance is moving. It's good to start at this early age. The MTs is something too that the children need to know what their job and responsibilities would be.
It is important for our children to understand the safety measures that are needed in the community and as well as throughout the world. You know, children need to learn and they need to understand also the different careers that are available to them out there.
Students shared in the thrilling experience as they got a chance to tour the ambulance and see demonstrations on how various equipment are used in emergency situations. Their mind in what they would like to be should anyone find themselves in a state of emergency needing first response assistance. Emergency numbers are 911 and 919. The Bahamas Agriculture and Marine Science Institute and Central State University are expanding their partnership. The two institutions, who have collaborated in the past, are now seeking to formalize their relationship with a new partnership that will allow students from both institutions to study at the partnering school. BAMSI's president, Dr. Aricia Hepburn, believes the mutual agreement will assist BAMSI in developing agripreneurs and agri-educators, giving the Bahamas or Bahamian students the opportunity to participate in a study abroad program where they can spread or spend a semester at Central State University's campus. Elias Brennan, general manager at BAMSI, shared that the institutions are working to establish scholarships for both campuses. And finally, stemming from a recent press conference to introduce the new board of directors for the Town Planning Appeals Board in the Ministry of Public Works and Utilities, a new tourist attraction at historic Adelaide Beach featuring swimming pigs has hit a snag. We hear in this next report the challenges faced by a local entrepreneur. During the COVID-19 pandemic, many people lost their jobs and businesses were forced to close. Many Bahamians, like Charles Johnson, owner of the Beyond the Village tours, took the opportunity to venture into new areas like tourism. Mr. Johnson says he heard the call from the government that visitors to New Providence, especially those from the cruise ships, were seeking more interactive outdoor experiences. And so he decided to introduce a swimming pig beach day tour at historic Adelaide Beach.
I saw an opportunity because everybody, whether we like it or not, they come to the Bahamas to swim with the pigs. I think it has nothing to do with what we like or what we feel shouldn't happen. But we sell this product on our tourism websites, and that's the first thing a tourist going to ask you. They travel here, and that's what they want to do is have that type of experience. Whether it's in Exuma, Elufra, wherever Adelaide, wherever we can give them basically that type of experience, and that's what they dream up. So I found a unique experience where I do a control tour with 4 pigs that I train and take care of.
According to Mr. Johnson, he began the tour in early 2021 and things got off to a great start. Unfortunately, the business has ground to an halt after hitting a major snag when it comes to town planning in the Ministry of Public Works and Utilities.
Well, the tour isn't actually about just the pigs. What I applied for was a beach bar and grill to be placed on the property. Because once tourists get to a beach and beach access, they would like to have something to eat, something to drink when they spend their day basically in Adelaide. So we got all the necessary approvals, and I think the last approval was with town planning giving the property itself the permission to operate commercially based on what I'm being told, based on its being the area, that particular street being low residential zone. So that's why they gave me a hearing to see whether or not they can change the zoning area aspect of it to allow those 2 buildings to be used as beach bar and grill.
During the recent naming of the new board of directors for the Town Planning Appeals Board, neither the Minister of Works and Utilities, Alfred Sears, or the new chairman, Mr. Dawson Malone, could give an update on consideration for approval of the bar and grill to complement the swimming pigs experience for the Beyond the Village tour. Mr. Johnson feels as though he has been getting the runaround because several homeowners along the beach strip named Liberated African Way have objected.
The difficulty is that I did everything right. I still haven't got a clear explanation of why it can't happen when there was some form of commercial activity on that street before. My lawyer sent in an appeal, which went missing. They can't find the letter. So that's why when the question came up in the press conference, when they formed the new committee, and they asked about the pig experience in Adelaide situation, nobody gave a clear answer to it. They said that they didn't see my application for appeal, which was submitted a week after their decision was made by Beyond Ferguson, was my attorney.
Mr. Johnson says he has invested a great deal of his savings into the business and has lost thousands of dollars since the refusal by town planning, as he has had to turn down many requests for the tour that is between $70 and $100 per person. In the meantime, he has resubmitted the original letter of appeal and is now awaiting a decision by the Town Planning Appeals Board. And that'll do it for your JCN Evening News. Once again, I'm Jcn Saunders. Thanks for joining us.